Hello and welcome to this week's ATAS news. We have the travel report from London and Cyprus, updates on the MBO indicator package, general platform updates, and as always, the news from Frankfurt. To keep everything nice and compact, let's jump right in. After a short trip to London and Cyprus, I'm back with you, and I've brought some news with me. Regarding the MBO indicator package, it has been available to all of you with the Ultra license since last week. That means it's available in the platform and you can open it and use it. Very important, because this question has already come up in support. Which data feed do you need? I'll say it again. At the moment, this works with Rhythmic, meaning level 2 data through Rhythmic. Over the course of the year, support will also be expanded to DXFeed. As for the MBO package itself, we will provide webinars that will show you exactly how to use it, what it is, what it actually calculates, and how it can be applied. Our ATAS news are now being rolled out internationally. That means they will also be available on the English channel, the French channel, and so on. That's why I'll also give you an outlook on what's happening across the other YouTube channels. For example, we have these ATAS news every Monday. This Monday, we have Anastasia with the market outlook on the German channel. On Thursday, we have a live trading session with Sebastian. So the best thing to do is subscribe, turn on the bell, leave a thumbs up, and then you won't miss any good content. And we are providing a lot of content about the things that have now been added. We had quite a few requests for a rolling market profile. So, what does it do? In market profile, you only see what is visible in the chart. If you move the chart, the market profile moves with it and calculates in real time what is visible in that section of the chart. This is already on its way into the alpha version. It will be available to you shortly because there were quite a few requests about this. We also have a small bug fix in the Heatmap. When the Heatmap is left running and the price moves up or down, the price can leave the visible area. We will add something so that the price, meaning the best bid ask, always stays within the visible area of the window. From what I saw in the backlog, a whole lot of bug fixes, improvements, and additional features are coming your way. The next update will be rolled out shortly. That's basically it for the platform news. There are a few more things to show, but they're not quite ready yet, so I don't want to show them right now, possibly the week after next. Because next week I'll be on my well-deserved vacation. The week after next, I may already be able to show you the first version of our integrated AI agent in ATAS. If the whole package is ready, at least I hope it will be ready to show, then this will be a game changer for everyone here. With that, I hope you enjoy the impressions from London and Cyprus. And right after that, we'll have the market news from Traders Talk in Frankfurt. Bye-bye. Ciao.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to this week's macro outlook from Traders Talk in cooperation with our partner ATAS. Let's take a look at what this week has in store. Today's start is relatively quiet. The week really begins at a slow pace. Today at 12 o'clock, we have the monthly report from the Deutsche Bundesbank. Of course, this includes the economic report and the assessment of the economic situation. And in the evening, our evening, to be precise, at 6:30 p.m., Fed member Waller will speak. And that's already it for Monday. On Tuesday, there isn't much more going on. In the morning, at 8 o'clock, we have wholesale prices from Germany. If anything, this is mostly interesting for those who follow that closely. Things get more interesting in the afternoon. At 2:30 p.m., we have consumer prices from the US. So, the first inflation indicator from the United States? Exactly. And a whole series of speakers. You can see them down here. Exactly, Goolsby, Bowman. So there is a lot happening on the monetary policy side. Many people will be speaking. Then we continue, and things slowly start to pick up. On Wednesday, there is definitely much more going on. In the morning at 9 o'clock, consumer prices from Spain. Then at 11:30, we have an auction of 30-year German government bonds. At 2:30 p.m., we then get producer prices from the US and the New York Empire State Index. At 4:30 p.m., as usual every Wednesday, we have crude oil inventories. And at 6 p.m., Bundesbank President Nagel will speak. Thursday starts at 8 o'clock with GDP figures for the month of May from the UK, as well as industrial production for the month of May. In the afternoon, things continue. As I said, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then the data comes one after another. We then have retail sales from the US, the Philly Fed Index, and the weekly initial jobless claims. And then at 4 p.m., pending home sales in the US, retail inventories, business inventories, and the housing market index. Friday then brings the week to a close. The morning is quiet. Nothing is happening there, at least on the data side. There is nothing scheduled. In the afternoon, however, there will be some data, although initially less important. At 2:30 p.m., we get export prices and import prices for the US, as well as housing starts. It gets more interesting at 3:15 p.m. That's when we get industrial production and capacity utilization for the month of June. And at 4 p.m., we have the University of Michigan consumer sentiment data with inflation expectations for 1 year and also for 5 years, along with consumer expectations and the assessment of current conditions. That will also close out the week. And with that, you should be very well informed about the macro events coming up this week. Have a good start to the new trading week and see you next time. Best regards from Frankfurt.